Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Prophet Rula Mutlanke Institute channel. I am Prophet Rula Mutlanke, and thank you very much for choosing to watch us once again. Those of you who've subscribed and who are sharing, your support is highly appreciated. We're not tuning in for the very first time. You are more than welcome. Let's continue our conversation. We are still talking about heaven's secrets to solving your problems here on earth. Today I want to delve quickly into the second part, the second secret. You need a change of mind. My scripture reference for this is Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 6 to verse 8. Israel was moving from the biblical Egypt through the wilderness to Canaan. Egypt, or the biblical Egypt, being a place of oppression, a place of sorrow, a place of tears, a place of less than enough. Life was difficult there, and God moved them out of that place through the wilderness being a place of just over broke, a place of just enough for today. Zama, but they were on their way to their utopia. They were on their way to their land of milk and honey. They were on their way to the promises, the promised land. But they were not getting there. And that's what I want to talk about. They were not getting there. Here's why. God says, guys, you've been moving around the same mountain for too long. What does that mean? Einstein calls it insanity. What is insanity? God says you've been moving around the same mountain for too long. In other words, you've been doing the same thing, the same way, repeatedly, and expecting a different result. Einstein says that's insanity. Insanity is doing the same thing, the same way, over and over and over, and yet expecting a different result. In other words, you need to change how you do things. To change the outcome, you need to change the input. If the input does not change, the outcome will remain the same. Moving on, God says, guys, you have stayed here too long. Doing the same thing the same way becomes a habit. When you do the same thing the same way repeatedly, it becomes a habit. A habit becomes a lifestyle, and it's not working for you. Or is it? My prophet, is it working for you? How is that working for you? Prophet, I was raised to do things in a particular way. Is it working for you? If it's working, wonderful. But then if it's not working, why are you still doing it? Prophet, this is how I was taught to pray. My guy, you need to change how you pray now. The problem is still here. It's your problem. You need to deal with this problem. You need to find a solution to this problem. So you need to change how you do things. There's no other way. Otherwise, it's just insanity. So God says, guys, you need to break camp. You need to break these traditions, these man-made laws, the routine, these habits, and you need to start following the prophet's instructions because they are not working for you, are they? It's time to break camp. It's time to change your mind. It's time to change your thinking. It's time to change how you do things. Change the input so that you can have a different outcome. And when you do that, and you start following the prophet's instructions, mourn, God says, thereby advance, move up. Hey, I have already given you these things. I have already given you what you have been asking for. So how is to go and take it? It's yours already. Change your thinking and go and take what God has already given you. The only thing stopping you is you. That's all for today, folks. Thank you very much for watching. Hey, let's do this. Still, like, follow, subscribe. Please, please, please subscribe and share. Share with your friends, share with your family. Modimo khotso a o etse hantle. Khanya lesedi modimo Israel ke yo. Amen.